happening?
Gentlemen.
Yeah. So Matt was out at the beer store, and I'd have to go back in the videos. I mean, it really doesn't matter because this is a seasonal release, and actually not even a current one. Mount Royal seems to specialize in getting their hands on. I don't know if it's shit that somebody else doesn't sell.
You know, I don't know. I just know that they have a nice dang good stock of stuff.
Yeah, I mean, you honestly think this bottle's been sitting there since 2018? Maybe. I doubt it. Of course, of course I'll get bitched at by Scotsman if I actually talk prior to too long before diving in. So this is the Abyss 2018 Reserve. This is an Imperial Stout brewed with black strap molasses and licorice, dry spiced with cherry bark and vanilla bean. 50% of this is aged in bourbon, wine, and New Oregon oak barrels. And I'm going to open it up with the most confusing bottle opener that the ATF has ever seen. Or the, what's the other one? The airline fuckers.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Those idiots.
I don't really get on planes, so.
Yeah, when Jim had this in his carry-on, it was very, very confusing for them.
They were struggling.
They were struggling.
Do we let this pass?
Yeah, I don't know. It's shit.
It's dark.
You always know it's dark.
I had a little foam coming up the top, so I kind of sipped it so it didn't spill. But I haven't had a real sip. But
I'm not going to bother with
heavy.
I'm not going to bother with the flashlight, really.
It's heavy. Just even the foam told me it was heavy.
No, this honestly reminds me of Bent Paddle Double Black.
Think so?
With maybe just a little bit.
I think it smells a little sweeter. Got a little bit more of a.
You're pissing off, Scotsman.
I think it's got more of a.
Fuck them.
Shandy kind of smell or something.
Well, thanks for giving me one of my favorite glasses. They had to change their name because people thought it wasn't politically correct or whatever.
Isn't that the story of today?
Yeah, it's definitely sweeter.
It's dry. Really dry.
That's a weird combination. Hey, I'm really sweet. Hey, the rest of me is really dry.
Do you know what I'm saying, though? It leaves your mouth just completely dry after you're done sipping it.
I need another drink after taking a drink.
That's about it.
And it leaves behind a big punch of chocolate. Dark and milk chocolate. Oh, I forgot to give the percentage on this.
Well, I think it's 11 and a half. Yeah, 11 even.
11%.
Yeah, I figured you wouldn't complain about it. Should have brought Bug Zapper down. We could have both been swinging. I got one. My mom or my grandma and my son both wanted one. We thought that was the coolest idea they've ever heard.
I wonder if that thing even works for a gnat.
Oh, it does if it hits. And actually, that spark will even jump because I just drop stuff on it, or I've caught stuff in the middle, like on the floor.
Have you tried peeing on it?
No, I've thought about it, but I think that would hurt. I mean, you see.
Ever peed on an electric fence?
No.
That hurts.
But I bet. I mean, I've heard about it.
It goes straight beyond your pee-pee hole.
I was young and dumb. I did try it, but the fence turned out to not be on when
I turned out to have lousy cousins.
Yeah. Hey,
Marty says,
"Hey, Eric,
pee on the electric fence. It makes a cool zapping sound." Yeah, unfortunately, that was your pee-pee hole, the shaft, and like the very tip of your nuts getting crispy.
Oh, for fuck's sake.
Those fuckers.
Hey, you look back and laugh now, but you know what?
Yeah, they still gotta die.
You'd probably be passing it on to someone too if you had that ability.
Oh yeah.
Hey
Christopher, ever pissed on an electric fence?
Yeah, you know.
Hey Scotsman, have you ever pissed on an electric fence? It makes a cool snapping sound.
You got anyone dumb enough to try it? You know, like, hey, that's good entertainment.
In my defense, I didn't have my driver's license yet, so
yeah,
I know I was
I was like 12 or something when I tried it. Even though, like I said, luckily the fence was not turned on. It had the yellow tags and shit all around it saying it was, but.
Hey, speaking of that, you were here when I opened up the battle box and showed the impressiveness. That
is that what you call it?
Yeah, that solar charger actually was able to create 18 volts from the LED lights. I plugged it into my my meter and actually checked it on video, which I'm probably not going to be able to get edited and up to date. We'll see.
But you at least made it.
Oh yeah. You know what I don't understand is I've only had that now for what, less than a week?
No, it's been a week. Well, I don't know when the last time was.
I think I got it last Monday. I think it was on my porch when I got home on Monday.
It was definitely here for the last video we did together.
Well, I got like email confirmation that the next one shipped, and it was just like, did they get behind and then put a bunch of them out? Because I don't like I've never had notification that another one is on its way when the one in hand isn't up as a video. I don't know.
I don't know what to tell you.
Sorry.
Yeah, get in front of the beautifulness.
Yeah, we don't. Right now, I kind of wish I had like editing skills, and
you could make all of the girls look like.
Yeah, I could crop them all out and have them just all be part of like this invisible background. That's even better when you get someone, like a video conference.
Yeah.
Okay. One, I'd like to start by saying thanks for everybody that made, once again, Locked and Loaded on Friday beat all the previous numbers. It seems like every week we're 20 to 50 more live listeners. It was almost 1,300 live listeners.
That's cool, man.
So I'm hoping, what I'm thinking now is maybe I should let a few of these companies know that we mention them in sponsorship. I mean, I know Satan Sauce is pretty freaking happy that we talk about them.
You're probably doing better on the radio than you are with our YouTube videos.
If it wasn't for that man there, I'd probably say fuck the Ebomi channel on YouTube and just stick with Locked and Loaded. Yeah. I find it to be a lot more fun.
Yeah.
But yeah, it was a good time. Christine was my guest. And then after the show, she's like, I really could have said more. And I'm like, well, why didn't you? She goes, I'm always afraid that I'll go too far and people will... I go, in this group, there's no such thing as Christine going too far. Because she's not going to like blurt out, I can't wait to vote for Joe Biden. That would be too far. She's that we don't have to worry about. So yeah, it was a really good show. I thought she had a couple really good runs, but then again, I thought everybody had thrown in some good stuff. But yeah, again, strong numbers. Appreciate all the interaction in the chat room. I don't remember what the final number was, like 600 or 700 comments. And then Christine's show last night. The only negative thing that I heard at all is my man Hector said that he had to bow out when they started talking religion, because he's not into religion at all, but it was all paranormal stuff.
Yeah.
And I'm sorry, but religion comes into it, and I asked a really good question. What about all those people that die on an operating table or in a car accident and get revived and come to? Why do so many people all have the identical story? Is it psychological? Is your brain retaining? Okay, Matt had
maybe like the old boob tube TV shutting down. How it goes. Hey, maybe that's your brain just shutting down.
But I mean, is it possible that I have a near-death experience when I'm 13, and I tell you, and I say that I hovered over my bed, my grandfather and my grandmother were there, and then we started heading towards the pearly gates, and then my grandpa stopped me and said, it's not your time yet, and then you're back in your body? I mean, you know how many stories I've heard just like that? Okay, yeah. Now tomorrow you have a near-death experience, and your brain has that neuron stored in there of my experience. Does your brain recreate that? Or is it really happening? I mean, are we making up these? Are our brains making up these experiments? I mean, my brain's made up for years that I like what I do for a living.
At least that's what you tell yourself.
That's what I tell myself.
That's how you go back the next day.
So yeah, it was, and Christine's guest was Cobra, and I saw endless amount of comments, Cobra, in the chat room about people that they've never like heard that side of him. You know, he talks about guns and knives and his time machine DeLorean, and lately he's got a bunch of videos on toys. I'm just kidding, action figures. It's like, you son of a bitch. He goes, dude, yeah, he'd be like, go fuck yourself. You're the one that we spent the other night for like me and him and Joey and Johnny for like, Christ, it was I think 2:30 when I was on my way to bed, and we were basically reminiscing of our childhood. They're still in theirs. Unfortunately for me, I get pissed off. I think about some of the shit that I had as a kid, and then at a certain point in time,
some good money.
I know. And at a certain point in time, I went, I'm too old for this stuff. Destroyed it.
Just throw it out.
Burnt it.
Give it to somebody.
Gave it away. Threw it in the garbage. The only thing I've even got left from, like, say, my G.I. Joe collection, and I showed the boys, is the recovery craft. You know, it's basically when the astronauts come back and they splash down. That's the only thing I have left. I mean, I got a figurine that would fit in it. That one right there. But good God, I had the track. What was it? The track buggy. The 6-wheel drive or 8-wheel drive buggy, the helicopter, that was a big thing. It was a big yellow helicopter. You could actually make the rotors spin on it. It had a winch, and it came with a crypt and a mummy. You could actually open the crypt and see the mummy, and a big net. So you were supposed to go. You're supposed to go get the mummy out of the pyramid or whatever and rescue him. Let's see. I had an airboat. I had 8 or 9 G.I. Joes with all of the attire. As a matter of fact, you see Scooby right there? Scooby is wearing a G.I. Joe hat, and that rifle came with one of my G.I. Joes.
Oh, yours were a little bit bigger than mine.
You're the next gen. Mine were this size.
Yeah. I had a few of my uncles that he saved, and you know what I did with all mine?
Stuck firecrackers in their ass?
No, I gave them. We saved them actually, but then I had my son, and I gave them to him, and now his brother plays with them, and it's like, yeah, I don't know if they're really going to be worth much anymore. I don't know what those kids ever did to them.
You know, I found that spacecraft I have. If I had it still with the box,
yeah,
and the astronaut with his full gear, he actually had I had the silver suit, the helmet, and then he had the oxygen pack or whatever with the hoses going to the suit that he carried. All of that shit. I found it on eBay for $650.
I had one. It was their spaceship, and the back opened up, and they had a cord with the guy with the big old spacesuit, you know, and you tie it together, and that actually is still over at my son's mom's house, and I don't know if she saved the box, but I had it always in the box. That's where I put all my G.I. Joes. So
I've got the G.I. Joe collection is a huge regret. Stupidity of getting older. I had something like 68 model airplanes hanging on the ceiling of my bedroom. I used to put up those little tiny coffee cup hooks into the ceiling, and then use fishing line and be able to pose the airplanes in various modes.
Yeah.
I went and got some piano wire, and I kind of made it look like it was doing that, and I covered the piano wire in cotton balls and stretched them out, and the end of the piano wire, I heated it up
like
and stuck a missile into it, and it was just about to hit the next airplane or jet in front of it.
Okay, I thought you were talking about maybe the exhaust, like tails or something. No, you're putting rockets on these bastards.
No, yours wasn't a bad idea, but I never did that. That would have been good though, like the B-52 bomber with some big smoke trails coming out of the back of it. But you think about it, 68 airplanes on the ceiling of a room smaller than my living room, my bedroom.
Yeah.
I mean, it was getting kind of crowded up there. But God, if I
was
would have
getting
just
kinda
saved that
crowded.
stuff.
My brother actually did really good with his Power Rangers. He got all first season generation Power Ranger stuff and like collected them through the years. And he'd always keep them in the box. He'd barely ever pull them out and touch them.
Oh, I don't know.
He made a lot of money off those.
I'm not-
telling you, thousands.
I'm not good with keeping shit in a box. I got Marvin or Melvin from Office Space, the bobblehead. I still not bobblehead, the pop. I got him still in a box, and I've got this the other one, this one here from Office Space, where point to it and say this one here. Nobody can see it. We got another Office Space one. Of course, he's buried, but let's. Who the hell puts all their shit on my shit? Shit.
See, all of my toys usually are out of the box because they have combustion capabilities.
Yeah, this one here from Office Space where they're about to destroy the copier.
Oh boy.
Limited edition exclusive.
I think I've seen this. I never knew they were going to town on that copier.
Right from the opening scene in the movie. Don't know what that was.
It's a little sticker,
Milt.
Ruger trigger. Or no, Hubert trigger.
Oh.
Little sticker.
I was going to put that on the window of my truck, but of course, because it's white and very small, it kind of disappeared. Now, most of my shit, like this one, this is actually a tribute to Cobra. This was the Cobra Commander, but this is Cobra. The real Cobra. And there's me, because I have an intro to the Ebomi with my head on him.
Yeah, I know.
And of course, it's really cool because that actually is the Smith & Wesson, I don't think it was the 645. It was the one just like my 1006 that's chambered. So it might be the, I don't know. Right now, NIHAP is typing what it was that he's holding. It was a 45 caliber, is what his character had in the series.
Oh, I liked that show. Did you ever watch all of it?
No, I think we've already discussed this. Me and Christine watched 3 episodes and couldn't take any more. And everybody's told me, you get through that first season and it takes off like a rocket. And I have to say, thank you, Johnny Watson and Cobra, after our conversation the other night. Yesterday, me and Christine and some...
I thought you were having Tourette's for a second.
Me, Christine, and Samantha started watching The Boys. We watched all 8 hours of the season 1 straight.
What boy? The Boys.
Do you have Prime?
Yeah.
Amazon Prime?
Yeah.
If you have plans for the next couple of days.
I was wondering what the hell she was over all day. I thought you guys might have gone out or something.
No, we watched The Boys.
I seen you guys go out, seen the vehicle park back again or whatever, your normal Saturday groceries. And I seen Sam's vehicle and it's like, holy fuck. All goddamn day, all vehicles are there. I thought maybe you guys took off somewhere.
Yeah, we just did Visine shots. Want to watch one more? Yes. Want to watch one more? We did all of season 1, which was 8 episodes.
So what is this, The Boys?
Okay, here's the Cliff Note version. Imagine the world with superheroes. Okay. This is the world with superheroes, probably more closely matched to how it would really be. They're only really good people when the camera is on them. The rest of the time, you wouldn't let these fuckers walk your dog across the street. It's got Carl Urban. It has it's kind of funny.
What's it rated? Mature?
18 plus.
So mature. Okay.
The violence is
that's why
some of the most top notch.
Maybe like some of that stuff, but yeah, enough. It's too bad. I'll check it out.
One of the opening scenes is a body more demolished in slow motion than you've probably ever seen.
Hey,
Hey, okay, I'm not exactly giving shit away. You know, I'm sorry if you haven't seen it and you're about to. But like, you know, there's a character in there that is Superman, or his name isn't Superman, but he has laser eyes and can fly. Well, a 747 has been hijacked. He carries the other woman, other superhero. She's like bulletproof, and I don't know what else she fucking does. I think she has a magic vagina. And he carries her up. They take the door off, or open the door from outside. They get in the plane. They kill all the hijackers. They assume they killed all the hijackers. There's still one more in the captain, and they knock on the door and open it up, and this guy shoots the pilot through the back of the head, blows out the front window. The Superman-ish guy lasers his head off, and it goes right through all the controls for the airplane. Now there is no way to fly this 747 with 137 or 138 people on it, and the other superhero, she's going, well, just fly out and hold the plane up. He goes, what the fuck? He goes, I'm not standing on anything. I got to be standing on something to push it up. I don't have the power or the energy to hold a fucking airplane in the air. And he goes, our work here is done. Let's go. It's like, you're going to let 138 people die? He's like, she goes, well, why don't you just save one and fly to the ground and come back? He goes, I'm going to fucking do that 138 times? Ain't going to happen in time. This is a done deal. We need to get out of here. So, man, that's exactly what they do. Watch this plane nosedive into the ocean. Everybody lost on board. It actually works out in their favor, though, because they're trying to get a government contract to be part of the Army. And
you're fucking really just pouring the whole story out there. Shut up.
Well, that's what the whole story is. That's what season 1 is basically about.
How many seasons are there?
2 as of right now.
Okay. Check out Hannah too. I've been into that. I'm probably about 5 episodes in.
And the funny
dude, it's fast paced from the start.
And the funny thing is about this is it never. I mean, what I just said almost sounds like slapstick, but it never goes slapstick comedy. There's a few funny things in it, but it is as serious gets. It's basically, it just shows that corruption. I mean, you give someone the ultimate power, and you think they're only going to be a goody-goody? Yeah, only when the camera's on.
Well, you might be surprised.
Citizens.
You might find a rare ugly duckling in the pond.
Yeah, there is a couple diamonds in the rough, amongst these
I would agree with that. But every now and then, you might just find some fucking holy worshiper that, you know.
Well, all I can say is Johnny Watson and Cobra said I should check it out, and 8 hours later, I'm ready to start season 2. Well, there was one flaw in the plan. I wanted to be able to sit and enjoy this with Samantha, and Christine had shit going on throughout the day. First she had one show, and then she had another show.
Yeah.
And she's like, God, she goes, thanks, it really looked good. I want to see it. And I said, hey, Sam was over. I wanted to spend some time with Sam. Sam was really enjoying it. So we watched all season 1. This morning, I backed up to 35 minutes into season 2 and started all over again. And I realized there was probably a couple times yesterday I must have dozed or I've been out of the room because I was like,
well, no, you might have took a piss, or you might have just kind of been zoning or talking with Sam, like, or even you were watching it. Sometimes you pick up on things, several times that you know.
Oh my God, seen. The fucking effects.
Good?
Especially the violence.
Now, is this just solely on Prime, right?
Yes, it's a Prime.
Prime original or something? No, I don't care. Between me and my sister, we have every... Well, me, my sister, and my brother, we have every show thing you can think of.
I'm just telling you, if you have Amazon Prime and you watch 30 minutes of this, you'll watch 8 hours.
I would agree and say the same thing with...
Hannah.
Maybe, I don't know, I can't remember what it is. It's the first or second episode, though. You see her, like, her dad's kind of training her, right? he saves her, and now he's training her. It's not the real dad, but whatever. Takes her out to the wood to hide out because they're being chased to get killed, and you see him getting trained, and all of a sudden, like, one of the first scenes where she gets out, her dad tells her who the bad guy is. She gets locked up in jail, and she's like, not talking about nothing. All of a sudden, she goes up to the glass window and says, I want to speak to so-and-so. This is the person that are, like, kind of hunting them down, or the one that pulled the trigger on her mom. So they call her in, and she goes in for an interview. She fucking slits the lady's neck, literally, like, instantly, and breaks out of jail. I mean, that's pretty much how it starts, other than, a little training. I mean, now it's a huge manhunt, and the shit just gets crazy. Lots of blood, lots of fighting. And her dad, is the trainer and teacher, and he's got to be really smart because she is. Like, holy shit, she takes it to a whole new level.
Have you seen the movie?
No, you asked me about that. Well, but they were imbuing these children, which was where the father broke her out. They were staged to have special benefits, I guess. Nothing like superhuman powers, but they were using certain things to try to boost their abilities.
Say Tardisius even sent staples for my office space.
Oh boy.
Red swing line. I forgot those were over here. Yeah, I'm going to have to check that out because there's been 1 or 2 movies. And they've been awesome.
I've seen the previews, and I always wanted to watch them. I just haven't gotten around to it because honestly, I like TV shows. You get much more to view. You know what I mean? You get much more of an in-depth story. But I should have probably watched that movie.
Well, it also depends. Some of these series are a backup.
Yeah.
Or if the movie, obviously, like you just said, if the movie is 2 hours long and the TV series is a year's worth of 8 to 15 episodes, and it covers what the movie is, then they're obviously gonna have to have a more fill-in. So you're gonna have more of, unless of course some movies they spend like, what the hell did I just watch? And it was like 45 minutes of a 2-hour movie was just basically building up and explaining the characters, and it's like, we could have just broken on straight to the big time action before we did all that. Okay, on the sloop brewing was Douglas saying how cool to see David Brown in the man cave.
Who's Douglas Walther?
Douglas?
Oh, which one's
He's been over here. I think he's mainly a watcher, but Douglas doesn't miss a single Locked and Loaded or Miss Boney Zone. He's
okay.
Yeah, Douglas is a cool guy. He lives in Florida. And Friday night, you are definitely on your game. I have to go back and read some of the comments and the shit that he said. Oh my God, it's fucking cracking me up. Matt Davis, wow. What's up with Matt on the last video?
I don't know what happened to me on the last video.
Well, I know we both drank a lot.
Fuck. I told you, man. Shit's just getting to me.
Voodoo Ranger, 1985. Gillian says SH. So, American Haze, the first in is Douglas. And he's saying, Matt? So, he must have, like, as soon as the song started, he took a guess. And, of course, you weren't here.
What do you mean the song?
Right when the when the video started.
Oh, okay.
Before he knew if you were here or not. So he got first, but he's also taking a guess that you were here.
Well, what he's asking, actually, Matt is here, because you have 2 of them right underneath us. My name's Matt with 2 T's. Matt with 1 is usually like a doormat. Just saying. Hey, you did have a couple Matts here.
Brad being second says hello everyone. I carry one being third, not really giving a shit. Or what does it say? What? I'm first? No. Something went wrong. I'm probably second or some shit like that. Yeah, the shit would be third. And Smile Money tells him that. And then he says, well, that figures. Brad? Oh, tits. Gunwild 4th, commenter bitches. DFC. 4th
being 5th.
Being 5th, yeah. DFC says weekend Boilermaker. Ooh.
I forget what's in those.
I can't remember what the difference is between a Boilermaker and a depth charge. No, let's ask the bitch. Hey Google, how do you make a Boilermaker?
Go to school.
I've got a recipe called Boilermaker from liquor.com. Does that sound good?
Yep.
Great. Would you like to start with ingredients or instructions?
Instructions.
There are 3 steps. I'll read them one by one. When you're ready to hear more, you can say, next step. First step, pour the whiskey into a shot glass.
Next.
Second step, fill a pint glass halfway with beer.
Next.
Oh, that's what it is. Just beer and whiskey.
Drop the shot glass into the beer. That was the last step.
Yep, and then you
enjoy.
You know, I used to do this a lot, but you know, what I don't like about them is a lot of the bars put actual glass shots in the bottom. It's like,
yeah,
you're gonna fucking bust your teeth when you put that down. I figured out what it was. I'm telling you. Just go get that little fucking zapper. I'll take care of it in no time.
In the empties?
Those are all empties.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying. That's where it's coming from.
So this one time I was working up at UMD, right towards the end of the summer schedule.
Yep.
And there was a garbage can. I would say a 50-gallon drum would have fit in this garbage can easily.
Okay.
And it was overfilling with pop cans. Do you know what I saw when I went like that?
Hornets and flies and...
I saw the sky go dark because of the fruit flies for a second. Yeah, I'm sure they're coming down here for all the empty beer cans and Pabst Blue Ribbon tea.
Take that electric zapper you got from outside and just stick it down here for a day. Fucking problem solved. Well, obviously, we'll bring that out to recycling, but problem solved, man.
Well, I've got the other one. I should plug it in. And
oh, yeah.
There's one outside, but there's another one in
you
here.
didn't have the cord for it, yep. Plug that in, man. Put those pop cans.
Ooh. Yeah, you're absolutely right. It should be on.
Put
John's solar. How much electricity could it possibly use in 24 hours?
Put that right in front of it, or right next to it, so like it tracks them, you know, with the good stuff before they see the light.
I just asked about the Boilermaker, right?
Yeah, that was whiskey and beer.
Hey Google, how do you make a depth charge?
I already have the recipe you were making called Boilermaker from liquor.com. Would you like to make a different recipe instead?
Yes.
Yes, one called the depth charge.
Sorry, I don't understand.
Hey Google, how do you make the drink called a depth charge?
I already have the recipe you were making called Boilermaker from liquor.com.
No.
Cancel.
Would you like to make a different recipe instead?
Cancel the recipes.
Sure, done. Got it. We'll stick to what we're already making. When you're ready for the next step, just say, next step.
No, shut up. Fuck off.
Wow. Google is difficult sometimes.
Oh God, you should have heard Christine the other day. Thought she was gonna like strangle the fucking thing.
She was gonna lose this shit.
Oops. Sorry, I'm getting the real ones. I want the drink. See, okay, isn't it the same thing?
I don't know what to click on it. What is it?
How to make a depth charge.
Well, the first one was whiskey and beer.
Fill a pint glass with beer. Pour the...
Oh. The Ramazotti? So what's the Ramazotti, though? That's like Sambuca or some weird shit like that is what it is.
Hey, Google. What is Ramazotti?
Sorry, I don't have any information about that.
Switching things up. Ramazotti, an Italian Amaro, is infused with orange peel and 33 herbs and spices. Actually, it sounds kind of sweet and a little bit better than fucking whiskey, but I don't know if I want to mix that with beer.
Hey, Google. What is the liquor called Ramazotti? What you're... Okay, let's move on now. I thought a depth charge was honestly, I thought it was something different.
Well, it is. It's,
but I mean,
different than what you
different
thought.
than that.
Different than what you thought.
I mean, I've never even heard of that. So,
gotcha.
Harmarsh says number 5 for the second day in a row. Thank you, Sam, for sparing us from Matt tonight. Sam wasn't in that one.
No, she drank the beer. She drank the beer.
Oh.
So you couldn't call me over because you didn't have the beer for me because Sam dipped into it.
Well, actually, I've
been watching. I pay attention.
I picked up.
Motherfuckers acting like I ain't hear this shit.
See, due to financial constraints, I didn't pick up things probably worth drinking, but I picked up 2 variety packs.
Well, that's...
So if we were to do a brew review, we have 2. It's either 3 things that have 4 cans, or it's 4 things that have 3 cans. But I got 2 sample packs in there.
Well, I picked up some stuff for today, and whatever. I got some stuff for next time.
This is starting to curdle my nipples.
Really, I'm almost done.
Speaking of nipples, Elizabeth Shue is in The Boys. There's a bunch of scenes
Elizabeth Shue, I don't know who
she's
that
like,
is.
She's definitely gotten older, but
you don't have to look her up.
In her time,
you don't have to look her up. You're telling me that you have. Hold on. So before the show starts, Eric says, "My window of time is ending. You need to come on over so we can start a brew review." I said, "All right, what time you got to get done at?" He goes, 4:30 at the latest. All right, what time is it right now? 2:30. So this is the guy that's planning for a 2-hour video, not me.
Okay, so this is her when she was younger, and this is kind of like what she looks like in the series. I don't remember what some of her first movies were.
Oh, you know what? How old are you?
3.
Well, I mean, like,
well, see,
what's my basis? If I'm like 60 years old, she might not look bad.
Hey, come on. Elizabeth Shue was born
1963. Oh, so hold on. 1963. Yeah. How old does that make her?
3. 60. No. 50. 57. She's 57.
So, 57? And she was born in, hold on?
63, you said.
63, it says.
Yeah. 63.
Okay. 63 to 2000, how old would she be?
Well, she's older than me, and I'm 52. So she's, what, 54, 57, 50, whatever.
When were you born?
It's 1967.
So 67? And she was born when?
63.
So she should be about 4 years older than you.
Yeah. See, I'm compatible with her.
And you're... Okay, and that's...
So she's 56.
Maybe. I'm trying to tell you, being my age...
You wouldn't tap that?
No.
I mean, she's got a small forehead.
You'd have to lube the fuck out of that dried old lady up. And she's like I said, if I was 60, yeah, I'd be maybe right up her alley. She's like my mom's age, man. And she ain't even that good looking.
How about when she was younger?
Yeah. I just don't want to say she was amazing, but she's not horrible.
Oh, that's like, what's his... Oh, she was in The Karate Kid.
Yeah.
So that's her now, and that's The Karate Kid.
And you're getting a stiff with your daughter watching this show next to you because you see a few nitpicks on this thing?
Man, she's got some breasticles.
What the fuck is... You know what? Keep those side stories to yourself, alright?
And we can say to Harmarsh...
Way to change it up, bud.
Oh, he says, no, we're sparing us from Matt tonight. You rock, young lady. And I can say, great job, you got this, you're so welcome.
Well, that's fucking strictly for Sam to respond, but I would think she would say, you're so welcome.
Yeah, probably. That's what I was going to click.
I think whenever I'm around, it's kind of like when Miles is around in her eyes. Maybe, I don't know. Just very always, yeah.
Well, she says that, but I know she.
I
know she likes you versus not liking Miles.
Well, I was gonna say, but I'm not stupid. I'm not like Miles. I'm not gonna say, Sam, do you hate me? Because I know it'll probably yes, and then I'll have to know the truth. You know.
Wheels and Levers. I think number 9. Smile Money says top 10. Douglas, first comment from India. We love you long time.
A long time. That's not.
Yeah, wait a second.
That's not from India, is it? That don't sound right.
Clyde says Revolution. He was on top of his game on Friday too, and last night, as a matter of fact. Harmarsh, it's more fun listening that way.
Listening in what way?
I don't know.
Inebriated?
Probably.
I would agree.
Yeah. Everything makes more sense. Speaking of India, Ben N. Cheers all. See, I don't know how this. Oh, I think Ben started it. Hi from India on Locked and Loaded. All of a sudden, Christine thought that he literally was from India, and I go, he's not from India. He comments on my brew review all the time.
Yep.
So now we just went with it. So Ben is from India. Harmarsh, I like a nice tight beaver.
Who doesn't? I don't like, actually, to be honest, I like them tight, because when they hit the water and make a big slap sound, it's not the beaver I want.
Joey Cuz says, you son of a bitch. And that would be because the brew review went live before Locked and Loaded, and Joey didn't know. Rich Huff, cheers all, happy Beer Friday, and we can say, same to you, rock on, happy holidays. I'm divided between rock on and same to you. I don't know how it comes up with this fucking rock on
It's
shit.
not really the holidays unless it was a specific holiday.
Yeah, see, I don't know.
Was there a specific holiday we didn't know about on that date?
Unless it was, Beer 30.
DGB Day or some shit.
I'll just go with same to you. Smile Money. Watching you rave on about craft beer is an important part of the channel. Now, if anyone keeps track of what you have reviewed, they need a life more than me. Well, I had made a comment that literally I was going to, even though there was only 3 left, I was going to save those for me and you to review. And I opened up the fridge, and I actually had to go back to the channel and do a search, and everything in here has been... So this is all, like, possible Ed Zone drinking?
No. There is 2 beers now that I put in there.
Okay, so everything but those 2 is fair game. Except for the other PBR. We'll give that to Miles.
The other PBR.
Yeah,
the chocolate.
It's one last
peach.
Fucking,
you fucking like those
ish.
peaches.
Yeah, we have to admit. Don't even.
Well, actually, I think I said they weren't too bad. I don't remember. Was it the peach or the chocolate ones that I didn't really like? I know one of them I didn't like.
The chocolate was much better than the peach.
Okay, well, I just wanted to correct myself because I know someone will fucking call me out on it.
Harmarsh.
I can't remember. One was alright, the other one was just,
Harmarsh says, it's not just your channel, it's every channel I subscribe to. Last video in my uploads was Cobra's. Yeah, some of you who are definitely getting, well, most of us are
the runaround.
Hey, I've had no new videos listed in my email for this channel and for the eBomi since Friday. Which means, according to what I know...
with subscriptions, I haven't gotten them.
That means nobody has done a new video in like 48 hours.
Well, the ones that have popped up for me are Conservative Twins and what's your other buddy that I forget his name all the time. As soon as I look, I'll know it. But he also got a lot of gun stuff, and he does the brew reviews a lot.
Steven?
Yeah, Steven. Yeah. I just watched. They did one on Boddington's. He gave it 8.5. Good for him.
I haven't seen. I don't know if. It's getting to the point where if you actually want to follow a channel, you have to click on it and actually go directly to it. Sickening. Oh God! I have to give a huge thank you to John Solar 283 during Locked and Loaded. No, during Christine's show, because we were talking about paranormal and that kind of shit. When I was a kid, I had, well, it was dwarfed by my friend Bob's collection, but I had a pretty substantial radio show collection. Unfortunately, due to technology at the time, in the beginning, I literally put a tape recorder, where it was stereo, but the two microphones were separated by about 3/4 of an inch. So how much stereo is? Well, of course, that's about the same as this thing. I used to put a cassette recorder in front of my speaker in my bedroom and hit record, and I would record the radio shows they came on. Abbott and Costello, just everything. I used to listen to everything. I loved radio shows, and one of my favorites was out of Wisconsin, called Mind Webs, hosted by a man named Michael Hansen. And on the show last night with John Solar goes, "I'm a huge fan of Mind Webs." I'm like, "Are you serious?" I go, "I have been searching for an episode of Mind Webs for the last 5 years. If I probably had, I could have had a good recording. At a point in time, I bought a really nice stereo system, and you could actually record off of all of the sources. In other words, if you were listening to the radio, I could make a cassette recording of the radio. And long story short is I don't have this episode anymore, and I couldn't remember the name of the episode. And John sent me a link, and there was 163 episodes of Mind Webs that were on between the late 70s and the early 90s. And it turns out now, that I can officially tell you, is that when Michael Hansen was approached by one of his friends, and they went back and started making some new episodes of Mind Webs in 2019, or 18, the end of 18, and Michael Hansen passed away from cancer. And so this guy has got stuff that never got released, and he's got new stuff that needs to be edited and released. But John's list did not include the episode that I was looking for. I listened to 120 episodes last night. Not the whole thing. They're 30 minutes long.
Yeah,
I didn't listen. I just kind of scanned through.
You got way too much time at night.
So, long story short is it led me to doing searches, and I found an archived database of the original recordings from his friend. So I went through, and the episode that I've been looking for now for years was episode 69, Brad Thomas, and it's called the Last Question, and it's just one of those things that just kind of gives you goosebumps when I heard it for the first time. But yeah, if you're into radio shows, let me know, and I will. I'm not going to do it because I'll forget. But Mind Webs is just awesome. It was all based on sci-fi, and it's all from stories from some of the greatest people from that time. Isaac Asimov, which is the one that I really like. W.C. Clarke, but it's just 163 episodes, radio shows. I played the one that I played that one for Christine today, and she goes, "That was really good." She goes, "I'm actually kind of looking forward to if you play an episode at bedtime." She'll never make it 30 minutes though. Oh, I didn't read that one. If you have a pig and you want to put lipstick on it, macaroni?
Macaroni.
Why not?
I do have a question for Smile Money, because he likes to poke the bear with the whole macaronis. Now, maybe you can answer this, Eric. I don't know. But has Smile Money ever actually shot one? That's what I want to know.
I'm not sure if any of the people that have ripped on me over that thing have ever shot one, because
until you try it,
it might change. Honestly, it might change your mind. I didn't think much of them when
it's a fucking giggle factor, 100%.
Hey, God's truth. You know why I have one?
Because you wanted one, and Christine gave you the green light after shooting one.
But why did I come to that conclusion?
Because you shot it and you liked it.
Because I fucking shot it, and it was like a complete game changer.
Well, like I said, the versatility of it is amazing. You can take that pistol and put it right behind you. No problem. You got it in your pants. Or you got a little conversion, and all of a sudden, you got a little freaking stabilized pistol that shoots goddamn awesome.
I have mixed feelings now if I should keep it that way, because I kind of want to, even
What
though...
do you mean, keep it that way?
Well, if you saw my video, I put the 1 to 4 power scope on it.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Okay.
And that
So
the laser...
people are challenging you about the 100 yards or whatever?
Well, no, because if anybody wants to knock it, what is the most ideal thing about the Microroni or the MCK? Like you said... I think
the versatility of it is awesome.
See, it's actually on duty, so it's not down here right now. But what I did is I took Project Overkill. I had that 1 to 4 power scope on it. Now I'm thinking I might even up the game and put the 1 to 6 or something bigger on it.
Jesus, kid.
But
calm down now.
Now you just imagine this. You have it hanging over your shoulder. You've got the pistol in your holster or in the back of your waistband, like you just said. You take care of some shit at close range.
You got one motherfucking snitch that's running away. He's about 100 yards out.
Or
4 seconds later, bop!
Or you need to get some food. You now take that pistol. In a matter of seconds, it's now basically a rifle.
And when we say matter of seconds, it's literally what? 4 seconds?
I mean, you get
and you don't have to even go crazy with it. I mean, you don't even have to go crazy. About average for me, first time setting up, what was it? Oh shit, click around. All right. Staple it in 4 seconds.
Now on the big chassis, I noticed on yours, they did say that the 40 and 9 millimeters were more fluent. On mine, I have to make sure once I get it locked into the charging handle, you have to literally act like you're squeezing the gun to go down as you go forward to get it to lock. Otherwise, it'll go forward, not lock, and then the back locker won't go into place. But so the other night, my neighbor's house, one of my neighbor's houses is roughly 100 yards away. I'll have to wait, and this is kind of backwards, but I was impatient, is assuming that the scope is on, which it's probably not because I just clipped it onto the damn rail and I went from there. But once the scope is perfectly dialed in at the range, that laser on the side is fully adjustable for windage. But right now, just as I did it, and if you go watch the video, I put it on, if you put it at 100 yards, if that dot was perfect and I aimed right here, I would hit you right above your left nipple. So I need to move the but I'm not gonna. I'll dial the laser in. I'm gonna set it for 100 yards just for the fun of it, because if I'm using it as an MCK, I want it to be a long range thing, and I am gonna leave it like that. But it has gotten me to the point now where I'm like, you know,
what can we do to make this even better?
I'd actually be fully interested in getting another one for the 9mm, for the G19 or the G17. I mean...
Well, that's what I got. I just need to find a Glock. Fake news. No, that's not fake news.
No, that was not.
I know. That's not fake news.
So, I understand people that want to say, why would you bother with this? But let's just say my little setup works. You now can carry one round. You can carry a whole bunch of magazines for the exact same gun and don't have to worry about switching out for different things. And you now have something for close quarters, a pistol. And if my idea works, I now have And I don't
Some
know
for relative long range. Not long, but a relative... I mean, shit, I don't care. 100 yards is still a decent range. We're not talking like someone sniping. We're talking a goddamn pistol. And that's a long range.
I can almost guarantee you that at 100 yards on 10 millimeter, I don't think it would probably be at most 1 minute of elevation higher. It may not even be that. Well, I know it's not going. Well, God, it's definitely not going to be this.
Exactly. But I mean, that's something you'll just have to try out. But you're never going to know until you actually go to the range. So that's why I keep supporting you to go to the range and
I just need to
set
go
some of those. I'm not saying we're going to shoot a shit ton.
I need to go up to the shack. Is what
you need to set. Yeah, you need to set some of those in. I got at least one gun I'd like to set a little bit better. Maybe two with the macro. Because I gotta make sure that those sights and red dot everything are
Saturday's fucked for me, but well, not necessarily. We could leave at noon and go up to the shack on a Saturday.
And I'm pretty fucking open, man. Actually, I do have a job interview this week, so wish me luck, boys. Wish me luck, because it's one I'm actually willing to go in and do an interview for.
Stephen Hobson led, seen it at work, but said, nah. Let's see if it's worth a shit and not bird shit.
Which one's?
I think he was talking about the haze from Voodoo Ranger.
Oh, okay.
I wouldn't buy it again, if that's what he's actually talking about.
The Voodoo Ranger? Oh, the haze. I was like, the Voodoo Ranger is good. The haze, yeah. I'm not a huge fan of the haze, and that's almost any kind of, like, IPAs. There's very few that I'm alright with.
Steven says, bad thing with a Form 1 is that you have to put a good chunk of change into a suppressor to make it worth a while. Most people do a Form 1 for 22 long rifle, since Yankee Hill Machine is $350 and it has a lifetime warranty. I'll wait the 9 months. You know, Steve, all I can tell you is a friend of mine was doing some testing, and there's some things on the market that are considered fuel filters that sure work pretty good. Now, I will say this. My friend did not actually have a legit suppressor side by side. But I have shot legit suppressors, but I was shooting a legit suppressor, and at that time I wasn't shooting a Sullivan trap.
I'll tell you the biggest difference in my opinion. I'll shoot it on both of them. Yeah, you guys can all laugh. It's all about your sight. If you're up range, up close, and you can use the air filter and just point blank hit someone, it's going to work just fine. Problem is, with those big air cans or oil filters and shit like that, it's really tough if you're doing anything where you're trying to use your sights, because that's going to stick up over your sights. So you guys can think or say what you want, but that's my personal opinion. It's
but what Steve is referring to is effectiveness. Was it you, Steve, that gave me the link for $90?
Yeah, no,
I can show you something that looks identical to $1,000 can.
Yep.
So
no, and I agree. That's just marketing.
Does that $90 Sullivan trap effectively reduce volume to the point where it's on par with the $1,000 one?
It depends how they make it, because I got mixed feelings about that.
Here's the sad thing, is technically speaking, if they wanted to be dicks, if we had this threaded onto an AR right now and it had baffles in it that had holes,
taped it on.
Yeah, taped it on. You could probably end up in just as much trouble as there's kits for maglite flashlights.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, those are actually pretty decent looking. I actually watched a video, and the guy goes, my friend brought over $1,000 suppressor, and my mag light, it was only like a few decibels louder.
Well, that's what I'm saying. I don't think it makes much of a difference. It depends how quiet you need to be. And if that's the case, all right, use your oil can and then put a pillow in front of that.
Hey, a friend of mine has done some substantial testing with oil filters, and they were remarkably quiet. The only thing that my friend would tell you is buy an expensive oil filter, because
don't buy the cheap ones.
The cheap ones have a cardboard insert.
They'll rattle and they'll blow out. The cardboard just
yeah, but the cardboard actually, the pulse is so strong when the gun goes off that chunks of cardboard
it rips it. Oh, they push back into the gun.
And then guess what happens when that piece of cardboard gets around your bolt carrier?
Yeah, I completely get that, but that's what I was saying.
My friend almost didn't get his fucking his gun open.
That's not good.
I mean, when you have a $150 charging handle and you're hitting it with a mallet trying to get the gun to fucking open, and when my friend opened it, he found a little tiny piece of cardboard that got wrapped up as it locked up, and it was because it locked up, it pinched the bolt carrier, the lugs. Oh, my friend was pissed.
Oh, I believe it. But it was still a damn good test, I bet.
But if you switch to one of the ones that has more of a, it almost looks like insulation inside of it.
Yep.
Not a problem. Those are good for like 100 rounds.
The insulation, or what I was thinking, what's another way to describe it? Insulation. I don't know, but I know
it's like a metal cage with insulation batting.
Almost like fiberglass. It looks.
Yeah.
I mean, insulation, fiberglass, whatever. I mean, but it's weird. It's thinner, but it's tighter. It's when I say fiberglass, it's because it's more like you got the lines you can see all over. You know how they put it together.
But yeah, it was like this. No headset. Let's put it this way. No matter what you put on the end of an AR, this is what my friend told me after his extensive testing, almost no matter what you screw to the end of an AR, at least gets it to the point where you could shoot all day without ear protection and never once be concerned. Few things are a little quieter, but the closest I've ever seen was Josh Urban Arms 300 Blackout. I am being 100% honest when I tell you, when you pulled the trigger on his rifle, this is what you heard. Or more of a metallic sound.
You're hearing a lot of the firing pin.
The hammer hitting the firing pin is the only sound it made, and then you heard the bullet ripping through the trees. And I was like, holy shit. But of course that's subsonic rounds, and you're talking about close range stuff. You actually put a round in there that would guarantee that, say you could kill an animal at 100+ yards, it made a little bit more noise. But it was still no headset.
You know, that's actually a good thing we talked about this, because I've been thinking, shit, if it ever goes down, I gotta start hunting in the woods because grocery stores are fucked. I was thinking about getting a crossbow, but I could always just put a fucking oil filter on the end of my gun too, and that'd work.
Your friend could, you wouldn't.
No, I could. If I did that at the end of the day, it'd be beyond past me getting in trouble. I'm gonna be fucked either way.
I don't care if anyone's listening. You know what's the best part about an oil filter? Is an oil filter looks like an oil filter. You could come over here right now and find these online fuel filters attached to any one of my guns. As long as there's not a hole through the baffles, fuck you ATF, you've done nothing illegal.
Yeah.
What's the best part about an oil filter is an oil filter looks like an oil filter. You go out in the woods.
Screw it on. It's not illegal till you shoot.
You do what you need to do, and then you go like that.
Like that?
Yeah, you give it the old knuckle twist. I sometimes like to go with the Indian snake charmer.
Okay. Whatever works for you, boss.
I'm just saying, don't bring the oil filter home with you. It's already useless.
Oh, boy. I'd have to find a pile to throw it in, a pile of garbage alongside of the road.
Either way, it's all bullshit. If you're listening from the ATF, the fact that you have to beg our government for things that our founding fathers... Hey, if the military can have it, we're supposed to be able to have it. And I know there's people out there going, wait a second, our military has nuclear bombs. And I go, yeah, that's
Shouldn't
right. We should have those too.
Shouldn't we?
Cobra says hello. Steven again says, Lone Wolf made, a 9-inch 10mm Glock barrel. Imagine that in the MCK. I can't seem to find a link to the one for sale.
Well, would it fit in there? I mean, you do have relief, remember, on the end. You can adjust it. And that's for the frame. I don't know about the barrel sticking out the other barrel. You know what I'm talking about?
I don't know if you can get the shroud out of the MCK without taking the MCK apart as a whole.
And putting it in that way.
You might have to put the barrel in the Glock through the shroud after you drilled it out.
Potentially you could do it, but it wouldn't be
quick at all.
It wouldn't be quick, and that deletes kind of the whole purpose in my mind of the MCK of why it's so nice, because it's literally seconds, and you have two different guns.
Now you could possibly massively over drill the shroud. It's made out of aluminum. It's at the very end of the MCK, and you might be able to get the gun up with the whole barrel to pass through the shroud, but yeah, no, it would be interesting. I'll give you that.
For all the haters on the MCK, or more specifically the ones that are saying, well, just get a short pistol AR. My question for you is, if you could spend $200 roughly dollars, $250, whatever, $250, depending on what brand or model you go with, and you could turn your short barrel AR pistol into a straight up Glock pistol, would you spend that $250 or $200? I mean, that's kind of comparable. I know it's going backwards, but if you had an AR pistol, and you had the option for $200 or $250 to make that AR, short pistol into a Glock, let's say, would you spend that extra? Would you spend that extra $200 or $250 so you have that option?
I'm not sure how you'd accomplish what you're talking about.
I'm not saying that you can accomplish it. I'm saying if you had that kind of option. I'm going backwards for the people that are saying.
So if I could take my 7.5-inch 5.56 pistol,
or even however long you want it, I don't give a shit. If you could take your AR for that matter,
and then make it so that it would shoot a Glock.
Just turns into a Glock.
Oh. See that? No, I think you're fucking with everybody because you can't do that.
No, I know you can't. I'm saying if you had the option though to turn a rifle, I'm going backwards because they're turning a pistol into
a 5.56 pistol. You could just take it out and it would still be firing a rifle round, but it'd be a pistol.
Sure, let's go that way.
That'd be a big pistol grip. No, I see. No, don't get mad at me.
No, I'm not getting mad at you.
I know what you're trying.
Am I that fucked up?
I know what you're trying to say because that is almost impossible to accomplish.
That's what I'm saying.
But
it's not
other way.
But it's not accomplishable, at least right now. But if it was there, would you not pay $200 or $250? Because what we're saying is,
a real 5.56 pistol would be badass. I don't know how you get around the magazine part of it though. It'd be like,
oh, you'd be wrapping those mitts. it'd be double hand. Piss off. Thanks for the support, asshole. I thought we were trying to.
No, I am
the same
supporting
thing.
you. Let's not forget, I've been ripped on for a lot of things.
Yeah.
I want to.
Well, I get ripped on daily for anything.
I want to actually build a 308 pistol.
Oh, did I inspire you?
No, but I got ripped on for it. Well, what's the point? As soon as the bullet leaves the barrel, half of your powder is.
Yeah. I remember that.
I want it because.
It'd be badass.
Fucking badass. I don't give it. I've already been ripped on for this.
And it's something different. It's something you have ammo for. I mean, like...
Sharky's going to be pissed off because there's been no knives or guns featured in this video, but I have already been ripped on for this. Why would you want a 44 Magnum and 3-inch? Because so much energy has already been blah, 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 blah. You know why? This is fucking why I want a 44 Magnum that's 3-inch.
That's a big-ass fucking...
Do I need to say anything more? No, fuck you.
Yeah, I mean, the people you're probably going to be shooting at aren't going to be long range anyways. You don't... It's not about what it's going to lose.
I'll tell you what I'd like to get. I'd like to get a good holster for this
I
thing.
guarantee it's going to be enough. Oh, I guarantee you with all the hookups you got, you're going to find a good holster real soon.
This holster, it's the right shape and style.
See you?
It's too thin of a material, and as soon as that you take the gun out, it basically goes like this.
So you did all right with this one picking.
I actually like that knife.
I know. But
and that's
what I'm saying is, I got this from you. You gave it to me.
I know.
But
D2.
this one's perfect. It's a D2, but it has it. Look at it. It has its own holster built right in.
And it's actually really well.
That's what guns should do. They should have their own holsters built right in.
And this is just
come with it.
And of course, if you have to, but still.
No. I think that's not for your finger. I mean, you put your finger there if you want. I think that's for the striker if you do have a strike stick. Well, you really struggle with that.
I'm talking about no flipping.
Oh, flip it, but flipping's way easier. I can pull it out of my pocket with one finger. The way you set it up.
Well, if you do the...
You pull it out, and you flick it up, like, before you even have to raise your arm. I mean, that's the way to do it. I don't have to go... Hold on a second. Hold on. Wait.
Thank you very much.
Fuck, I still can't do it. Oh, I just flicked it.
Oh, this one.
Yeah, that's got the big fatty on the end. That is a good option.
I really need to remove this fucking secondary lock on it, though.
Yeah, you might hurt yourself one day.
Little spring-loaded action on that guy.
Damn. Well, you know what? I'm not going to lie for the viewers out there. This actually was a little difficult to pop open. But
if you get it moving...
Once it did, yeah, that's spring-loaded there. Oh, the only problem is... Ooh, look at that. It's not made in America, man. I don't know if I can support this.
What?
I'm just messing. Actually, no, it does seem like a nice knife.
I like
it's a little heavy duty. It's definitely feels heavy duty. Cowboy shows how much he uses those knives.
Remember the one time on camera, I pulled out the Walther, pulled the slide off of it, and went like this. Jesus Christ! It looked like a goddamn rabbit died in the.
Oh yeah.
See, and that's like
nothing but monkeys fucking from your pockets.
This is why, and that's a week's worth of being on your side for carry at work.
You know what though? It only takes one shot, and it'll all be disappeared.
Yeah. Oh, unless you're shotgun shanty, then it might go full auto.
Shotgun shanty.
Oh, if Christopher's watching, he'll get defensive with me, or maybe not. Shotgun Shanny had a guy living with her that a lot of people thought was her husband. Wasn't even, I don't even know what he was. She was in the kitchen filming a YouTube video.
I'm guessing a bullet went through the wall or something.
He was in the living room.
Cleaning the shotgun.
Supposedly cleaning a spring-filled XD45 or a 40. And he said when he racked the slide, the gun... Oh, sorry. He wasn't cleaning. It needed to be cleaned. He racked the slide and the gun went off, and he blamed it on dust. And meanwhile, right behind Shani, the fucking bullet ripped through a china cabinet, the wall, and went past her, and then hit like a wall in the kitchen.
I bet she was like, "What the fuck?" real quick.
I don't even know why that video ever got put up, because there isn't a person that I know that believed for a second that it was dust in the sear. I move on. Dave Brown says he can't find his pants.
That's a typical thing for him. First it's his fucking underpants, now it's his pants.
And Gunwild says, well, it's all okay if you're still inside your house.
That is true, too.
J-Dog is here at work. Matt Davis says, cheers all. Gunwild, wow, the thumbnail's still up after 6 hours. The thumbnail is still up after 2 days. But I personally think this one is a lot more slutty than my MILF wearing the class.
I'll agree. I'll agree. I did like the MILF, but I mean, I'll still agree.
I mean, what is your fucking deciding factor, YouTube? Fucking hypocritical bitches.
It's okay to look slutty. It's not okay to look good, and
I guess maybe that's what happened.
The sluttier ones seem to get a pass. It's the fucking, the ones that are like really good looking, but maybe covered a little too well, that makes you want to think more. Those are the ones that they fucking throw out.
Gunwild, my Kimber Stainless 2 came with Hogue rubberized grips. Now it has G10 grips.
See, I like the G10s. I know you like the Hogues. You like the G10s too, but
all my 1911s have a G10 on them.
Yeah, I guess for 1911s. I just know you're infatuated with those Hogue grips. Those are more your AR grips. I
really, everybody's been telling me, you're probably really going to want to put a Hogue grip on that 629. I'm just like, I'm sorry. Aesthetics versus pain.
Now with this, baby. I'm going to eat the pain on this bad bitch.
I almost went out and shot it today.
Well, why the fuck didn't you?
Because as you already know, I sat on the couch watching fucking The Boys. I was watching shit for the second time. Christine was watching it for the first time. It's like,
shit, I was ready to go out shooting. I was ready to go out drinking. I was ready to do anything.
I think if the weather's good next weekend, we should either leave as soon as I get back on Saturday or plan on Sunday morning.
For what?
Go up to the shack.
Shooting?
The 629 has to go for sure. The Lynx, the shotgun, has to go for sure.
I could tell you right now what needs to go for sure. All the shit you ain't sure if it's sighting in.
Well, we don't got time for that.
Oh yeah, that's right. That's all of your guns. That's why I'm telling you need to go shoot.
Except for the JP. That's the only thing I trust in the safe right now.
Even then, can you trust it for the 1,000?
1,000 yard?
Yeah.
Shooting Obama?
Yeah.
No.
Well, can you go 500?
Well, it's been proved to 500.
Okay, then you're all right with that. I mean, it could be better, but I'll
five guys, and at least 3 of you are going to hear me.
Every gun should be sighted in for at least 100 yards.
There was 5 guys that day. That cold bore, which is your one shot, first shot.
Yep.
Cold bore hit the 550-yard gong.
I was there, I think, that year. That was the first.
Out of both the JP and the
there.
Mosin. Unfortunately, the Mosin has a different scope on it right now.
But that was out at the shack, right? Down the 4-wheeler trail or whatever?
Yes.
Yeah, that was the first year I was out, when Miles fucked himself up. Gave himself a goddamn cyclops eye.
Jesus Christ, yeah. He bled for like an hour.
Oh my god, dude. I was just looking through some videos of people, or, pictures and people's videos of that shit. And you see Miles in the background. You don't see me and Miles a lot, but you see us in the background here and there or whatever. And then you see the picture of Miles with a fucking big old fucking wad across his whole goddamn
He like duct
forehead.
taped a tampon to his forehead.
It was funny as hell. And you know what? Right then he looked like a cyclops because it still kind of covered that one whole eye.
McLean, I'm still waiting for the 100-yard MCK shot. I think you're going to have to shoot it like a mortar. No.
I don't think so. Angle it up, maybe. I would say for 100 yards, I wouldn't even say
I don't
10
even
degrees.
Yeah,
I wouldn't even say 10 degrees for 100 yards. It's going to be like maybe 5-degree tilt.
it's not going to be enough that I think you'd even notice the difference if you had the camera. If I was shooting at 10 yards and I was shooting at 100, it might be the difference between that.
I'm telling you, I'm thinking like 5 degrees or less. It's not going to be much.
I mean, I've already shot a 10 millimeter easily at 100 yards. Hey, when I the red dot that's on the 20R for a race gun, that is almost a dead on shot at 100 yards, but that's also got a little bit. It's got a longer barrel on it. I mean, when we were out shooting at the closer location, the Carroll Trail, that was 135 yards.
I was going to say 140, but yeah, 100.
And that was like aim dead on. Imagine aiming dead on right here and then aiming at a person's mouth. That was the difference between hitting it in the middle of the steel and hitting the very bottom edge of the steel at 100 and, well, yeah, we never clocked it. But yeah, somewhere between 125 and 140, out to where that
I'd say
deer
125 and 150.
Where that deer stand was.
Yeah.
I mean,
150. Yeah.
we could possibly go there too, but if we go to the shack, we've got
150 is a little longer.
We've got the shooting bench at least at the shack.
We need to find out. You get a range thing, don't you?
A range finder?
Yeah.
No,
well, otherwise I'm gonna say we got a. My grandpa's got a big old goddamn long tape measure. We got to do some real accurate measurements unless we find somewhere that has it.
Scotsman, I thought you had a hookup on a rangefinder. McLean again. Eric, I wish you would stop begging me to be on Locked and Loaded. You're starting to embarrass yourself. Hey, McLean, do you want to be on Locked and Loaded? I don't know why you fuckers doubt me. I would love, I mean, I don't give a shit if you've been here for a shoot and Matt has had the opportunity to lick your balls.
Whoa, what?
Whoa.
I almost literally just gave you a dead leg, but I thought I might have swung and fucking punched you right in the nuts. And I didn't want you punching me back, because I know your stories of that. But I was really ready to go down for a second. Yeah, comment. I was really ready to go down for a second and just punch you right in the fucking leg and watch you fall over.
I'm serious. Want to come hang out on Locked and Loaded for a couple hours? Just fucking let me know. BandEBrewReviews at gmail.com. Spell it out as one word. BandE Brew Reviews at gmail.com.
I think I would do that, honestly. I don't know if I'd have a good topic to talk about, though. That's my problem.
Hey, do you want to be on next Friday?
I could talk about...
Man Cave Matt, Locked and Loaded.
I could talk about anything.
Well, what the fuck? The thing is
how to treat your neighborhood ladies.
Let's put, hey, Matt, let's put it this way. We've just talked for 123 minutes without any kind of a script. Hey, we could talk about, with you especially, first guns.
First guns? What do you mean first guns?
Your first forte in, you got your 308, you got your 1911, you got your custom build Ruger.
What first started me was the BB guns, being honest. You know, every kid in my generation, a little older than my generation.
I always don't answer this now, because if you want to be on next Friday, just let me know. I always ask everybody when and why you started your YouTube channel, and what is up with the name of it.
Shit, I better fix all that.
And then Joey is going to put a link to your YouTube channel.
I don't even know what my YouTube channel is. That's the sad thing. I don't use it. I think I posted a couple things with my kid.
Talking about your Jar Jar Binks thing?
Jar Jar Binks? I don't remember that. I'll have to look. I swear to God, I don't even know.
Jay Laxey or whatever the fuck you call it?
Jarlaxle.
Yeah.
But it's Jarlaxy just because I couldn't get the fucking L. So I had to go capital I.
Jarlaxy.
Jarlaxle. Bitch.
Okay. I'm not going to ask you where that even fucking came from because that's material for Locked and Loaded.
All right, let's do a shot. I know I read through these, watching this yesterday or the day before.
Nobody calls us?
No.
What the fuck? That's foreshadowing.
Well, they might fucking.
You want me to comment myself?
No.
Shot.
They might do it on. Hey, let's just finish these because they might do it on the 200 L Club.
Okay, Joey says, you know, you can really smile money up the AK now because they make the Echo trigger for the AKs.
I actually would really. That was my favorite gun for the longest time growing up as an AK. To be honest, that would be a sweet build for me.
I think an Echo trigger on an
That's
AK
what
would
I'm
be more
saying.
fun than the AR.
That's what I'm saying, dude. An Echo trigger on an AK, honestly, that makes me want to have that as my next build.
I mean, go ahead and try to wreck a fucking AK.
Fuck.
Hey, I've got one in there for sale if you want.
Which one?
The blonde.
The blonde?
Yeah, you can't have the redhead.
Oh, that's the one I like. But the blonde? Alright, so I don't know if I want to show anyone else this because they'll fucking throw it off or jeez, I dropped one of your satchels over here.
Oh, don't worry.
This fucker feels really heavy. Do you have this thing loaded?
Yeah? Why would I not?
Okay.
Wade says at 44 minutes and 47 seconds, Mall Ninja Smile moneyed the fuck out of it.
Alright, well, I don't want to drop your shit, so I'm going to fucking leave it standing right here for now. We'll get back to that little fucking purdy thing.
Well, you can bring it out.
Oh, you go ahead. It was fucking loaded. I dropped the mag out, but I don't know if you have one in chamber or not. I wasn't going to fuck with it.
Normally, ARs and
I don't
AKs,
fuck with it when I'm drinking.
I won't chamber a live round.
I know. Well, not that I know. I don't know. That's why I was being smart.
And that break?
Yep.
Just listen to it.
Yeah, I like the ting. Got a nice little ting. Yeah, it's a beauty.
I have a whole
really
grip for
like,
this, by the way.
I really do. I know why you call it blonde. We're gonna finish this up. This is pretty, but
there it is, right there.
the redhead is real nice too. We'll talk about this. Let's finish this video up, boss.
Where's Chris?
If you got all the way to here and had to ask me that,
I thought that was Chris. I'm like, we gotta hurry the fuck up.
out back.
No.
You can come make an appearance.
No.
Is there a car?
No.
Is there a car here?
What I asked her, she wasn't. Her car wasn't here. I feel like, where'd she go?
That's a good call, actually.
Yes, her car's
Bedroom, bathroom, backyard. Love you.
Oh, yeah.
Hey, want to hear a distinctive sound when it's fired at you? Actually, I'd probably have to have a conversation with somebody else before I sold this, but I have...
Just like every other gun, you got multiple people that want your shit.
No,
You got the goddamn golden rod fucking between your legs. I get it.
Well, that...
I get it. You are just what every motherfucker wants.
Well, there's also this.
No, you got plenty of people to watch, and they all want some of what you got. I know.
I also have a custom trigger that's supposed to go in there.
Is that does that make that triple burst or?
No, it's just a normal trigger, but it'll bring it even lower than the one that's in the
Okay.
redhead.
I saw another kit like that just the other day for the ARs, stage 3 ARs, make it
See, here's the problem.
burst or full.
This is why I haven't put it in it yet. Is I cannot find a fucking person that has actually put it in that rifle, because there's like the instructions for this have like 4 different scenarios. If you happen to have this variant, you should use this part, and if you have this variant, skip using this part. I'm just like, and the thing is you could spend 40 minutes assembling the whole thing and then find out you have
The wrong one.
the wrong version, and now you literally have to take it all apart and remove that spring.
Yeah.
But yeah, one of our Justin's guns had this trigger in it,
Yeah,
and it was
wicked.
like a pound and a half or 1.9 pounds.
This wicked trigger.
Fuck, the thing was, yeah, that was. There's been 2 rifles in the series of helping Justin. I'm really pissed off at Christopher that I didn't win that 300 blackout.
Oh yeah, fuck.
But then
that
again,
guy.
I wasn't eligible. And
No, you know what? Honestly, fuck that guy for winning that. I wanted that shit. But when it all comes down on off, I have been public about this yet or not. But honestly, if anyone deserved it, it was Chris.
Well,
That dirty fucking mongrel. He spent a lot of money on that.
you know,
Donating, not like he spent it on it. He donated a shit ton of money. I mean, he really supports Justin's final mission.
I had a conversation with him, a week before we did the drawing, and I said, I have to ask you a question.
You could make one.
I did. I said, I could have built you this gun for about $500 less.
Yeah.
I said, I have to ask you, when Christine reaches in, actually, at this point in time, I actually said Danelle, because I was hoping your sister had it. And I said, when Matt's sister reaches in and pulls out a name and shows it, and it's not yours, how will you feel? And he goes, to be totally honest, I have made all my donations for Justin. He actually got to spend time with Justin, lots of phone calls, in personally, spent in person with him. And he goes, sure, I'd be a little disappointed. That's a lot of money. But I put the money in there. He goes, I put that money in there for making sure that we were building those cabins. And I said, I mean, without getting all mushy and shit, I don't know what to say because
I agree.
It doesn't get any better than his true intent. And of course me,
Now, I guess I do have one question about Justin's final mission. Is there a link now to look up more information on Justin's final mission? Because instead of just my question is, instead of just donating money, is there a way to donate labor and go help build some of these cabins? Or
we asked about that. We were going to put a whole crew together and just come down and build one.
But that's what I'm asking, because I know there's a lot of people that at least we know, I know you know, and I know personally, that could really build a fucking cabin.
Oh, I mean, you know how cool it would be if I could afford to take a week off and just go down there and be a laborer. Mm-hmm. I mean, I'm not going to pretend I even have a brain. You just tell me if you want something nailed, cut, carried, No,
that's what I'm kind of asking.
I'm going to ask John Solar, because I know we had a group of guys that wanted to go down, and they said they had a crew. They've built enough of these that it's like, don't mess with us. We've got this. But, it's still a good question.
But, I mean, how much do you donate just for materials? I mean, you know what? It's not always about materials. Yeah, you need the materials to build these things. But you know what? Some people don't have the money to afford to pay for necessarily materials or, $2. I mean, you can put any kind of donation in. But how about instead of like, hey, you know what? I'm kind of broke. I need the money that I have, but I want to help this cause, and I can go donate my time. I can go help build these things. I've got experience. I've got skills to do these things.
I can get an answer for that for that probably today.
I'm not just asking for me, because I think I would love to help with something like that. But just anyone else out there that might have those same kind of thoughts and feelings, and Justin's final mission or any kind of similar type thing, help out. Whether it has to be labor, finances, is there other ways we can help out?
I'll get that answered. and then let you know. Sharky, I'd love to join Locked and Loaded one day. Too bad 8 p.m. Central Standard Time is 3 a.m. my time. Love the look of that Kimber of yours.
Hey, Sharky, you can do Locked and Loaded. Shave that vagina. Set your alarm for 2:50.
Fucking no. Sharky, there's a reason that they invented cocaine, okay?
Actually, I do like Sharky. I'm not trying to give you a hard time, but let's be real. Shave your vagina.
Unless the calendar is different in Holland, that's still Saturday morning for you. Don't be a little bitch. Sharky, I like those pistol chassis things. Add functionality and they have a giggle factor too. No shit.
That's the MCK he's talking about, right? The pistol chassis.
Yeah, actually the one that he originally showed me is the most badass one you've ever seen. Unfortunately,
seen it, but I mean,
it's like a $500 chassis because it's all made in aluminum.
What is it? Does it fit?
It's well, as far as I know, it's only made for Glocks.
You know what? I got $1 million plus idea, but I'm not gonna say it right now. I want to get sponsored, but hey, I'll tell you after the show. Honestly, it's genius. It's genius.
Well, we do have someone that could possibly make stuff like that.
And
happen.
that's why I'm telling you right now, and I'll tell you after the show, so people aren't stealing my ideas.
Sharky, there you go. More guns again in this review. Fuck yeah. Sorry, there was a 629. Otherwise, no, I didn't pull guns out because I was trying to avoid this being like 3 hours long.
Well, it's always 3 hours long when I'm here.
I mean,
that's what everyone else thinks. It's my fault.
My curfew that I was telling you about has already arrived.
Yeah, well, fuck it. I told you, read through that shit.
Mr. 27 says 38th. Mr. 27 says nice intro, babe. Gunwild, you know if you get samples of the beef jerky to review, Matt is going to want some in his mouth, too.
No, not always.
Is sharing your meat gay? Asking for a friend.
Depends what kind of meat you're talking about.
Speaking of putting the meat in Matt's mouth, why is jerky so damn expensive?
Because I supply it.
Last, but not least,
this kid
is Smile Money. You do not need to have the right. You do not have the right to smoke in buildings. You do not have the right to walk around naked. You do not have the right to be drunk in public, let alone drive. You do not have the right to use illegal drugs. You do not have the right to pay for sex in 90% of the country, except for where.
You said 99%.
Pursuit of happiness, my ass. Well, thanks for bringing us all down, and now we're going to the Two-Hearted Egg Club.
Goddamn Smile Money really knows how to fucking leave us on a somber note.
Oh, really? There's only 2 in here. And one of them
at least we have fucking Ben N. Ben N, thank you. Already been looking.
Ben N says, cheers all, whiskey.
Yep, how do you spell it?
With an E.
You're good, alright.
Fucking bastard.
No, that's alright, that's alright, that's alright.
No.
No?
Those will not have an E.
I thought those ones did have an E, that's why I looked. This one's got an E. We can finish this one up. There's not much left.
The heaviest hitter in the group.
But it makes room for more room on the shelves. Hey, I can run if you want to pause this for 2 seconds. I can run over and get the Johnny Walker. I have the Blood Oath. Whatever. You fucking pick. You fucking pick, asshole. I'm just saying I have a couple whiskeys at home. You go ahead and pick.
Oh, well, this one is an E.
Oh, I forget about that. Yep. But I know you're running short. That's why I'm saying I've got
Well,
I've got.
I don't have this here so we could look at it.
Are you sure? Because I know they don't look at it, but I know you like to wave that whole.
This is right up your alley.
Down.
Straight bourbon whiskey.
It is. I like my bourbon.
And it's what?
Strong. It's what? Doesn't matter. It's strong. 53.6? Or is it 56.3? Something like that?
86 proof.
86, so that's only 43. 43. I was up a whole 10%. Giving that too much kudos, I guess. Actually, every time I see that, I always think it's stronger than what it really is.
Actually, I thought it was.
I always thought that was 50 plus.
I thought it said somewhere else on here that it was more, but no. According to the little information here, she's 43%.
It's not bad at all. You gotta definitely appreciate the Islander for that one.
Island girl.
I called her the Islander, but you know, Island girl, whatever. Cheers to Jules a little late. And to Ben Ann, obviously, for being the one and only to ask us for a whiskey.
The only shot this time around.
That's few and far between. You know what? This shit's gonna get blown up next time.
No.
You know Scotty's gonna fucking say like 3 times shut.
Shut up.
No, so hey, what'd you think of this stuff, by the way? We never even voted. You go ahead and say it, because I'll give you my honest opinion.
Okay. The Abyss. Things you need to know. It's 11%. All of those. Well, hang on. I got it.
I really thought you were stumbling drunk for a second.
I'm killing shit.
You were kind of stumbling over that fucking paper bag.
Well, you don't want to fall through this.
I get it. I'm just teasing you.
That would be a big fucking mistake.
I'm teasing you.
I mean, Jesus Christ, you got like $600 right there.
Hey, I get it.
Okay, The Abyss, 11%. Yeah, I think overall, I'd. Well, am I supposed to do this secretly, or
No, I already made my mind up. Made my mind up.
I'd give it a 9.
Okay. And see, I was really thinking it 7.5. And I changed it to an 8, not because of your call, but it's kind of pricey. And honestly, it was fruity, but it was so dry in the beginning. It made you just want to keep drinking more and more. This would never quench your thirst.
No.
Well, no, but I mean it wouldn't. That's why I had to give it a lower rating, and that was a 7.5. The reason why I went up to 8.
I guess I should have, before I gave it a rating, I should have asked the price.
Like $16, I think. 15.
Yeah,
15, 16.
That's not a $16.
But it's not even the price. Not even the price. It left you feeling thirsty, and no, it really did. I mean, it's hard to describe how much it left. I mean, it dried out your mouth instantly. The only thing, it was 7.5. My vote was 7.5. The only thing that brought it up to an 8 was towards the tail end. I started getting a lot more of the whiskey notes that I really did enjoy.
Oh, I don't like anything up front on it, except for there's a moment of sweetness, and then the very middle, everything gets pretty drastic, and then you start to get a little bit more chocolate and a sweetness on the finish.
When I'm saying whiskey flavor at the end, I mean when I was like done with the bottle, I started noticing the whiskey flavor. Not just one sip. I mean towards the end, I was starting to notice a little bit of the whiskiness flavor of it because it was aged.
Gunwild says cheers, and the Rilco Burnout says cheers, two-hearted clubbers, sunny slopers, hashtag Justin's final mission, hashtag never forget, and hashtag be like Ed.
I'll support that 100%. That's a lot to type out.
And on that note, we need to get out of here because I am not even going to get the opportunity to even start working on this for probably an hour.
And I got to piss like a racehorse, so done with my potty dance. Good gentlemen.
Cheers. And just remember, this brew review is brought to you by MCK.
Later, boys. MCK. All the way.